Let's be y'all. This is Jen Fremont. This is gonna be kind of a why. I keep going back in my mind and thinking, why do I do magic? Why did I start doing magic? And some of the stuff that I do too, I feel like are magical pursuits that you wouldn't think of. Um, if you watch my channel here, you know I do a lot of writing, a lot of poetry, and a few years ago I did quite a bit of artwork. Actually, I put this up because this is the first watercolor that I did back in '08, and it was a thing of I really wanted to do watercolors. I wanted to learn how to paint, and well, I'm not going to go into the whole story. It's kind of a weird story, but make a long story short, I was going to take a class, and I didn't take the class for various reasons, and uh, I just decided to hell with it. I went online. I bought some watercolors and some brushes and some paper, and I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna see what the hell I can do. And this was the first thing that really came out uh, good. I mean, I drew a couple other things, but they didn't really do anything. But this was the first thing that came out that I really thought was something. I mean, I look at it today and I don't think it's a great masterwork that's going to hang in a museum somewhere, but in a lot of ways, it's me. It's that place in New Mexico somewhere that that blue path, the blue stone path. I don't know where that comes from, but it keeps coming out in my stuff. I've never seen any references to it or anything, but it just seems to be there. And I do this sort of stuff. I think it's magical because it expresses stuff. It expresses stuff that I can't say in words. I really wanted to. I really wanted to be able to paint people, and I don't really want to put those up. I don't know. Most of the stuff I've done are various nudes of things, and uh, I started doing nudes because I couldn't really figure out how to do clothing very well. So some of my later stuff has some clothing, and I found that the clothing is very difficult. So anyway, but last few years I haven't really done anything. I think that most of the stuff, the last stuff I have in there is from 2014. I think I know I did some stuff after that, but I didn't do a whole lot of it since then. My stuff's just been kind of sitting there. But I feel like all of this stuff, the writing, the drawing, the painting, all of that stuff have been a way for me to get a lot of the stuff that's inside of me out. Out so I can see it, out so I can deal with it. And yeah, some of the drawing, it's not exactly about, uh, you know, making something that's going to be a magnificent piece of art. It's about getting it out. And the same thing with the writing. And I look back at some of my old writing. A while back, I went and been about a month or two ago. I went and printed everything out that I had on my computer. And I also typed in quite a few things because I used to write on the computer, but I started writing with a pen and paper, and I kind of like that better. You end up rewriting it several times, but in that process of rewriting, you edit things and make them work better and stuff like that. And yes, you can do that with a word processor, but in some ways, there's something about the ink or the pencil on a piece of paper that just makes things flow better. And yeah, once I started down this road, it's like you can't unsee stuff, and you can't go back. You can't go back to sleep. I had a friend that I didn't see him for a few years. I didn't really talk to him for a few years. And when we didn't really break up or anything, there wasn't anything bad. It's just kind of we drifted apart, and he had told me that we'd watched a lot of stuff or listened to a lot of the same stuff and things like that, and he was just like, I want to go back to sleep. And yeah, he has a hard time sleeping today. I mean, literally. And I kind of see that as an example of you can't really unsee stuff. You can't go back to sleep. And he might be watching this. I don't know. I know he watches my videos sometimes, but anyway, I kind of wonder about that sometimes. If that's why you can't sleep at night now. But I can't do anything about it. That's what he's got to deal with it himself. But anyway, I've gotten off the subject here. To me, art and, well, magic is an art, drawing is an art, painting, writing, all of those things are arts. And I think all of them are practicing magic in one way or another. I think there's a lot of people who do art and stuff just for the aesthetic of it. And they don't really put a lot of soul into it. I see that with music too. I go to it's an open mic night at a coffee house nearby, and I see the people that get up on stage and they can play the notes and sing the song, but there's no soul there. There's no soul to it, no spirit. And I think they do it more for the aesthetic of it, more for the attention. I don't know. Anyway, that's the why of why I've done a lot of stuff. It just comes from inside. and it helps me. I know it does. I need to do some drawing again. Get my art stuff out again. Do a watercolor or two. This is Jen Fremine. Blessed be y'all.